A few years ago, while on a mission tour in Europe, I was asked to interview a young man who was recently out and wanted to go home. He had not been away from home before in his life, and he was homesick and in despair in a strange country. He had actually run away once, but had come back. I had quite a conversation with this young man, and from my own missionary experience, I knew something of the despair that can come into the life of a missionary when he first goes into the field and begins to make that initial adjustment. If he can just hang on through those early trials, then gradually he will get into the spirit of his mission and find the peace and joy that every missionary has a right to experience. At first he was adamant in his desire to return home, but gradually the spirit of the conversation began to change. We talked about his call from a prophet. We talked about the love of his parents and their desire for him to stay and succeed. We talked about those he had been called among to teach. And finally I asked, "Elder, do your father and mother want you home?" And his answer was no. I became a little braver and I said, "Well, do your brothers and sisters want you home?" And he said no. And then I said, "Does your girlfriend want you home, really?" And he said, "I guess not." I then said, "Elder, does anyone want you home right now?" He said, "I guess not." And then he said with a new determination, "Brother Dunn, I think maybe I better try to stay." He had made a vitally important decision in his life. He had decided to hang on.